Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be working on Emily's Miata. If you guys have not seen this car in the channel before, it's because it has not been here for a long time. So this is my wife's Miata. Unfortunately, last year she blew the motor up. She was coming home from work, the car overheated, and it lost compression on all cylinders. She did not know it was overheating. She was just tired coming home from work after 13-hour shift, and 10 minutes into the drive home, the car started smoking, so she pulled over, and I went ahead, towed it home. I did a compression test, and it has zero compression on all cylinders, which is wild. I'm not sure if the car started overheating instantly as soon as she left. It had no coolant. She told me when she was heading to work, the car drove fine, and there was no coolant on the floor when she left work. So it's weird, the car just overheated. Not sure what happened, but today we're gonna find out what happened. So here I have a quick disconnect from a compression tester. So if you guys have the Pittsburgh compression tester, you can use the bottom half and put this into the motor and put your air compressor here, and you can put compressed air into the cylinder and see where the air is coming out of. You can buy a leak down tester, but I don't want to go to the store and buy one, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this real quick. You just want to make sure the car is on top of the center, and then you want to hear for air. Either the air is going to come out of the exhaust, or the air is going to come out of the intake, or out of the oil cap. So that tells you what's going on in the motor. And if it's coming from the radiator, then you have a blown head gasket. So I'm about to go ahead and start taking this thing apart and see what's happening. And like I said, I'm hoping it's just a head gasket, because if it's a motor that actually blew up or something happened, the motor wasn't knocking or nothing. So I'm just hoping the motor is good, because I was gonna buy her a new motor or a used motor from Marketplace, but people are smoking crack on Marketplace. They want like $2,000 for a 1.8 motor, which is insane. And this bottom block, and this whole car only has 90,000 miles right now. I bought it with 60,000 miles a couple years ago, and she daily drove it to work every single day. So it has 90,000 miles, which is crazy because I've owned over 10 Miatas, and the most miles I put on a Miata is 10,000 miles in 7 years. So she drove the crap out of this car, and it was super reliable until it blew up. So yeah. So enough talking, let me go ahead and start taking the spark plugs out of this thing and do a leak down test on this thing. But yeah, let's get ready. All right, so we're gonna start pulling the intake off, just because I have to spin the crank in order to put it to top the center, and of course I cannot get on there with this intake on the way. So this should be pretty simple. Take that out. It's been a while since I've worked on Miata, so you guys know that's all I used to have, Miatas, and I broke that. Nice. And I have not. It's been a year since I sold my Miata, and I have not worked on one since. So I'm actually excited to fix this car because I want to drive it, to be honest. I know my girl wants to drive it as well, but I'm also wanting to drive it. So let's go ahead. Hopefully, and like I said, hopefully it's just a head gasket, so I can go ahead and just fix this real quick and have it, take the head to the machine shop, and hopefully they can do it quickly and get this thing back on the road as soon as possible. This. And before I remove any coolant hoses, I'm gonna be doing a pressure test on the radiator, because like I said, it lost coolant. So I also want to see where that coolant went. She said the motor was smoking from the back of the head, so maybe one of the back hoses blew, but we'll go ahead and do a pressure test and see where that coolant's coming from. All right, we got that off. Now let me go ahead, get a 21 and a spark plug socket, and start removing the spark plugs and turn the crank. Fortunately, I left my nice spark plug socket in my truck, which is not here, so I have to use a magnet to get them out. Like I said, I already had removed this before, so they're pretty loose in there, and they're pretty nasty too. And I think it's a valve cover. All right, then do that, then get a screwdriver, drop it in there. I'm pretty sure it's atop the center already, but we'll find out right now. There you go. There it goes. Top the center. Take this out of here. Then we can go ahead and grab our little compression tester hose. Screw all the way in. When I open your radiator cap, just to see if you hear any air coming out. We have the intake here. If I don't hear nothing up front, I'll go ahead and go to the back of the car and see if I hear anything coming out of the exhaust. But yeah, let me get my air hose, hook it up here with like 5 psi and see where the air is coming out of. Right here we have the air hose, hopefully I can hear some. I believe I can hear the coolant bubbling. Let me go back to the exhaust, see if I can hear something in the exhaust. Oh, so you can actually hear the compression. Let me put you guys closer. You can hear the compression going to the other cylinder. You hear that? They're coming out of all the cylinders. So, yeah, that head gasket's toast. You can hear that. So it's pretty clapped out. So my guess could be a head gasket. I don't think it's a rings because you don't really hear it coming out of the oil cap, mostly the other cylinders. So once we take the head out, we can see what failed, but that's a telltale sign that head gasket went out. Like I said, if it was a rings, you might hear it coming out of the oil cap, but I don't hear nothing. And I kind of felt something coming out of the exhaust a little bit. So maybe one of the valves is not the best neither. So I'll go ahead, take this head out, take it to the machine shop, and have them look at the valves and resurface the head and put a new head gasket on and see what happens. But I guess let's start tearing this thing apart. It should be pretty straightforward. I might leave the intake on for now and just take it out once it's outside the car because it'll probably be easier. But it's a 1.8, so it's a bunch of random emission stuff on here, which kind of sucks. The 1.6 is slightly easier to take out, but yeah. Let me go ahead and start ripping this thing apart. All right, you can see me here, start taking the car apart. And as soon as I started removing stuff, I noticed how bad the engine bay was. So before I gave this car back to Emily, I am going to be cleaning the engine bay. You guys will see this later on this video. But the engine bay, it's terrible. Alright guys, I got the timing off. I am going to end up pulling the front main seal out, so I'll be removing the whole radiator and the crank pulley and all that. Just to do the front main seal. I'm already here. I think I'm just going to do new timing as well. I mean, the car's already here, you know, there's no point of putting all this back together just to save $100. Let's get this thing out of here. Go. Alright, they're all off. I just gotta pull the exhaust manifold to the side. Like I said, the whole intake manifold is gonna come out with it, but I think I might wait for my friend to come here just so he can help me because it might be heavy with the intake. If not, if it takes a while, I'm just gonna do it myself. Let me get all these bolts out of here. I'll make sure I got the washers as well, see them falling out. I'll be reusing these bolts because I am going to be reusing the bolts. There's nothing wrong with them, and these are not torque to yield, so you can reuse them. I've done it before and I never had any issues, so this should be all good. And I'm just going to do a OEM style head gasket on this. I was going to do a Chromatic head gasket just in case I decide to boost this for my girl eventually. But this car is reliable, it's stock, and that's how she likes it. It's nice and quiet. She used to have a boosted one and never drove it, so I'm just gonna leave this one the way it is, and so she can enjoy it and not have to worry about having a loud car and all that. It'll be heavy. No! I'm back in the hole. Damn it. You got with one hand, can you pull this? I don't want to lay it back down, but hopefully this isn't get caught. Alright guys, you saw I just struggled a bunch trying to get this thing out, but unfortunately we cannot really tell what happened. Well, you can see in between the runners, it looks like we had all the little black coating from the head gaskets worn out. So I'm guessing that's where the compression was going through the cylinders. But it's hard to tell because I kind of crushed it, because I had to lift the head up and I forgot to pull the fuel lines out. Now I got fuel over my crotch. Yeah, the pistons look super clean. Like I said, this motor only has 90,000 miles, so the motor should be good. I'm hoping. I don't see why not. So the head doesn't look bad. I don't see nothing cracked. As far as I know, I probably have to clean it up and look into it a little bit more. But I'll be removing this intake manifold. I'm gonna call the machine shop right now to see if they. Oh, I see what happened. This head is fucked. Holy fuck! What the hell happened there? Look at that. Golly, brother. Oh my god. Look at that. Jesus. What the hell happened here? So you can see there's a huge hole there, and this thing got completely clapped out, which that's where we were when I did the compression test, that's where we saw all the air coming out of. So I'm definitely gonna need a new head. This head is not good. I'm gonna call my friend, see if he has one. I think he said he had one, so give him a call and see. But yeah, that head is clapped out. Jesus Christ. You see what you did?
Oh,
She's over there trying.
I was working 65 hours a week. I'm tired.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that's from overheating or what, but that thing is clapped. I've never seen anything like that. That thing is terrible. Holy shit. But yeah. So let me do a couple calls, see if I can find another head, and if I do, we can just drop it in as soon as the head is good. It's not warped. So yeah. And I still gotta buy all the gaskets and stuff, so we're gonna have to probably wait a couple days. I'm gonna order all that stuff tonight. I don't want to take this car outside and power wash the whole thing because it's disgusting. It's never been clean, as you can tell. But yeah. Any words? Yeah. So I think that's it for now. I'll be back whenever I get the head back, so I can make this all one video. I don't want to make this like 20 different videos. So we'll see what happens. And I went ahead. So when I had found another head on Marketplace, took it to the machine shop, got it machined, and believe it or not, super hard to find these 1.8 heads. I could not find any heads at all. I was looking for, probably for the past 2-3 weeks, I've been looking for a head, and no one has a single 1.8 BP05 head. But I ended up finding this one for 300 bucks. I had to pay $270 to get a machine, which kind of a lot of money, but I needed it done ASAP, and the guy did it the same day. So I got a machine, so 570 bucks in this stupid head already. Bought all that stuff to put it back together, so now I'm hoping the block is good. The piston looks a little marred up from it getting hot right there. But other than that, the walls look really good. I don't see any issues with the rings, but it's hard to tell because, of course, you know, cannot really see it from the top. I was hoping the block is good because if I spend all this money on this head and the block is not good, then I'm screwed. And with 90,000 miles, you know, this block is still really good. But yeah, the engine bay is super disgusting. I was meaning to clean it before I put it in, but I just didn't want to get water over the engine. So I'm just gonna wait. So I should put everything back together, and then I'll power wash this for my girl, just because it's super disgusting, and I'll make it look half decent. Probably start by cleaning the block, and then move over here to start moving everything from this block to this block. I'm not sure yet if I want to do the intake manifold on the car or outside of the car. If one of my friends come over, then I'll put the intake manifold outside of the car because it'll be easier. I'll do it inside of the car. It's just because it's a little uncomfortable to pick up the whole head and line it up perfectly. Let me start cleaning up this, and then we'll move over to the head and start working on the head. All right, so I spent a good amount of time making sure that this block is super clean because I did not want to have any imperfections on it and have the head gasket not seal completely. And I also went over the piston a couple times off camera to make sure it's nice and smooth. The third piston that's a little bit marked up, and I was comfortable with how it turned out, and so far so good. All right, so I spent like the past 15-20 minutes just cleaning it up, making sure it's all nice and clean. Went over it with this like really fine block of sandpaper, and with a little knife got all the big spots off. Nothing catches your hand, you cannot feel anything on it, so it's all good. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and take this intake manifold off, put it on the head, and start basically putting everything from here to over there, which is the cast, the rear sensor for the coolant, the hoses, the front neck for the water, the front water neck, and of course the intake manifold and all that. So yeah, let me go ahead and start tearing this thing apart. I might hit it with a wire brush, clean it up a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna come out that nice. Alright guys, so I just found out what actually happened with the head, and I knew it was this. As soon as she called me that the car overheated, I knew it was this. So the rear hose, as you can see, got ripped off. This is the one that goes to the heater core in the back of the head. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of this. The local parts store has one, so I'll get it later. But I knew that was the issue as soon as she called me. But I'm just gonna go over the parts real quick because I need the gasket for the water outlets, and I'm not sure if the kit that I bought has it or if I have a spare one somewhere here. So I ended up opening the box from good old Rock Auto. I'll go over the stuff that I got. To be honest, I forgot. This is I just got a little air filter because I never changed the air filter on this car. This car's bone stock and I don't plan on turboing or nothing. We got some head studs or head bolts, oil filter, spark plugs, belts, wipers, and a fuel filter because I don't think I ever changed the fuel filter in this car. And I have the head gasket kit, which it comes with the MLS head gasket. But I'm gonna open this and see if it comes with the water outlet gaskets for the front and rear. If not, I think I have another kit somewhere here for 1.6 and it should be the same, so we'll double check. All right, good thing it did came with them. To be honest, they don't look that good of a quality, but I'm gonna send them. Got the little o-ring for the front as well, and the o-rings for the EGR, which I'm not removing. They also came with the valve cover gasket, cam seals, head gasket, intake and exhaust manifold gasket. So it has every gasket I need to put this back together, which is good. I'll have to go to the store buy some. These are just, some cheapo paper gaskets, which it should do the work. So let me go ahead and start putting this head together. Alright guys, so I think finally I got everything that I need to get on this head on. The guy even took a couple of the plugs from the back, these little oil plugs, no idea why. But I was able to get everything on this. I got the gears on. I don't think I'm missing anything else. I do have to torque all the cams, but I'll do that inside the car. The machine shop said they torqued it, but I'll go ahead and go over everything because I have to remove the front two cam covers. Well, I think she's ready to be dropped in. I cleaned the whole head. I put the dowels back in it because the dowels were stuck on the head. Put them back on the block because it's easier to hold the head gasket so it doesn't move around. Head gasket is in. I think everything should be good. I'm just gonna go ahead and move the exhaust manifold more to zip tie it off to the side because the studs will hit it and it will not go in straight. And I will just put the intake manifold on the car as well because I'm alone and I don't want to struggle and mess up the head or anything, so I'll do that inside the car. Yeah, I got my baby here. She's supervising. Yeah. All right, I got the header zipped out of the way. I am gonna be leaving the EGR tube on. I was gonna delete it, but I don't want to deal with it, to be honest, so I'm just gonna leave it in there. I should be able to drop the head right in. Let's give this a try. It's a little awkward. God damn. So go back more. There you go. It's not seated all the way in, but let me go to the side and sit it down. Should be. There you go. That's in. I think that's in, guys. I busted out a good old Harbor Freight reliable torque wrench. My brother has some really nice snap-on ones, but I forgot to get them, so I'm just gonna run with this one. And then, golly, I already did the whole sequence. I just don't trust this freaking. I feel like it's gonna snap. Oh my god. There you go. I don't trust this Harbor Freight ones. I mean, I've done it before with this same one, but still. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. We're doing 60. I already did a 20 and 40, and now 60 pass. They say 55 to 60. I'll do 60. There we go. Here. I'll probably wait on the, once my brother brings me the snap-on ones, I'll torque the cams, just because I do not trust this one for the cams, because this is way too big of a torque wrench for those little 10 mil bolts. So I'll wait on those. Go. All right, that's it. All torqued down. Like I said, I'm gonna go through them all again when my brother brings me his torque wrench. But for now, this is good. I'm gonna start putting it all together. Probably do the timing first. All right, got the timing done. I was able to look through the little timing cover here to see at top the center. I just counted it, went over a couple times. Got 19 teeth between, so it's just good. I put a new oil filter in it because it's easier to do it now. I still have to drain the old oil out, but yeah, let me go ahead and start doing the intake. I'm gonna try to hit it with the wire brush a little bit just to clean it up because it looks pretty bad. So maybe hit it with the wire brush for a couple minutes. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because, you know, I know it's not gonna come out the best. So let me do that real quick and then come here and start putting everything together. Hey, my brother's on the way here with the torque wrenches. Before I even put the valve cover back in, I go ahead and retorque the head and torque all the cams, and we should be good. All right, guys, I got the intake on, exhaust manifolds on, valve covers on. I already drained the oil and put new oil in it. I just finished buttoning up a couple stuff on the front. I gotta put the water pump pulley on it, oil packs, and just finish putting all this back harness on the car. But other than that, it's coming out pretty smooth. It just sucks to have to put the air box back in it because I want to clean all this. As you can see, it's disgusting. So I can remove it, you know, only a couple bolts. But let me just finish doing this harness and I'll do the water pump stuff, and we should be ready to at least start the car. The car has a year-old gas. I mean, it should still start. I don't see why not. I did pour some oil by accident on the spark plug holes because I did it without the valve cover, and I'll pour a little bit, so it might smoke for a little bit once I turn it on. But hey, I'm just lubricating the cylinder walls, you know, right? But yeah, let me go ahead and finish doing this rear harness, and we should be pretty much good to start it. All right, guys, so finally I think I'm at a point that I can start the car. This is just chilling here. I'm still need to put the shield on, and I gotta put the radiator hoses in, but I'm just waiting to make sure. Before I do all that, I want to make sure that the car actually starts, and I still have to get the heater hose for back here. But I think we should be good to start the car. Already has oil in it. It has some really old fuel in it, but I think it'll be fine. Let's see what it does. It's gonna take a while to get some fuel pressure and all, because we'll see. No, leave it. Let it build some fuel pressure. Maybe not.
Bro, you bolted down the fucking engine mounts. The whole engine fucking flop off.
Suspicious. Suspicious.
Did you even hook up the fuel line?
Yeah, it has the.
You hook up the coils in the right.
Yeah, I took them apart. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Yeah.
You got a little starting fluid?
No, I do not. Let me see if I can find some starting fluid. Oh, actually, I got some in the truck. It's always something. That's kind of weird. That doesn't want to start. I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully it's just fuel related. We'll see.
To that spider, dude. Yeah, knocking it.
Don't tell me the motor is fucked, dude.
You went straight into the spider.
Where's it at?
I don't know. You went straight into
See if it's in my back.
It's not in your back. It's probably in your shoulder somewhere. You went straight into it, dude.
God damn.
You gotta take your shirt off.
That shit knocking.
It was the head. I think the balls are dry as well. I don't know why the fuel pump is now kicking on though. It's kind of weird. But it should turn on. Alright, we'll be right back. Let's see what happens. Let's put you guys right here. Alright guys, so I ended up jumping the fuel pump. It does work, but I'm gonna start the car. I took everything apart for no reason because I later took the whole fuel pump off and put a new one on just to find out that the pump was still good. So I have my M12 battery here. I'm gonna jump it and then I'm gonna start the car just to see if it runs because we heard a weird knock. I want to make sure the car's not knocking. So let's make sure this is actually, that pump is on. Now I'm gonna go ahead here and car should start. Interesting.
I hear that.
That's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's a crank sensor. Maybe the crank sensor. I plugged it in. You can smell the old fuel though.
You can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it too. All right, I went ahead and flipped over the coil pack wires. Let's see if it still works. Let's see if it cranks. No crank signal. All right guys, as you can see, there's a mess in this engine bay. For the past 2 days, I've been testing this car, trying to get it to work. So first, I had the cast plugged into the coil pack, one of the plugs, because you can see the coil pack. It's 2 plugs, and shout out to Mazda for making the exactly same plug for the coil pack and the cast. So that was messed up, and the car had no spark at all. And then after I figured that out, trying to figure out why the car had no injector pulse. And even though the cast, every time I rotated the cast, the fuel pump will kick on and the car will spark. For some reason, the cast wasn't sending a signal to the injectors, so the car wasn't starting, wasn't running at all, and it was only running in 2 cylinders with a brake cleaner. So it was driving me crazy. I'm like, the cast works because I rotate the cast, and the car pretends like it's throwing spark. So why aren't the injector pulsing? So I've been like trying to change stuff and all that. And luckily, our friend Tony, the guy who tuned my car, Tony the tuner, he went ahead and gave us, he actually had a 1.8 cast laying around in his garage. So he told me to come pick it up. I picked it up, put it on, and the car fired right up. So I'm not sure if I fried it, maybe when I plugged in the coil pack to that, which I don't think it will, but maybe I did. Or maybe when the car got so hot back there, because the hose that burst when the car overheated was the heater hose that goes in the back, which is this little hose that I bought. So maybe that hose got so hot or coolant got to it that it fried it. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure how it happened because the car was running perfectly fine, but that was bad. Luckily Tony had one. I bought that from him, and now I can put the car back together. So I gotta figure this whole harness ordeal again and organize it a little better. I do want to clean the engine bay, so whenever my friend Adair gets here, we're gonna go ahead and probably take this apart again and spray some cleaner underneath this and clean it and make it look nice because it looks disgusting. But yesterday after I finally got it running, Adair came over and me and him are opening a tinting business. So we went ahead and started tinting this Miata. We were trying to get the plotter all set up. So if you guys need any tinting, if you guys need any cars tinted near Rockford, Illinois, let us know. We got you guys. Maybe if you come from the YouTube channel, I might give you a little discount. So hit me up and I'll let you guys know. But we went ahead. We struggled for a long time to get this thing working, and we wasted a lot of film, but finally got it working. We only did the quarter windows yesterday. So you can see quarter windows are tinted. These windows are super clear, no tint at all. We went ahead, have our little board set up already. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the whole garage because it's a mess. Like I said, he came over. I was trying to work on this for hours, and then finally got it running, and then we started working on the tinting, and we just made a mess. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. I think he should be here soon, so I'm gonna start cleaning up the car a little bit, clean up the garage a little bit, just so we can actually walk around the car. And then once we finish tinting the car and doing this, probably do like a major cleanup in here. And I'm gonna be moving this lift out of the way, so when I'm tinting, I can pull the cars straight in the middle instead of having them between the lifts. So I'll be pulling this out of the way and setting it to the side. All right, guys, we just finished tinting the car. We did 20% all the way around, and it came out sick. So really good. First car we ever do together. And we got side windows, a rear window. We were a pain in the butt to do this rear window, but we got it done. Then now we're just cleaning the engine bay a little bit because it's super disgusting. So I sprayed some of this wheel cleaner from McGuire's. I don't know how good it's gonna do in the engine bay, but for wheels, that's inspired. So as you can see how bad it is. We're gonna see how it looks afterwards. It is crazy. I even got the paint. Fuck it, we wilded. Alright guys, we just finished. We gotta clean the little intake box. I forgot to clean it, but everything should be buttoned up. We're gonna see. I hope it starts. I mean, we just got it super wet, but it should start. I don't see why not. We're gonna bleed the system, make sure it all bleeds well. And but the car came out really good. Got the hood all super clean now because it was disgusting. But yeah, it looks pretty freaking good. I'm excited how it came out. I couldn't really get into the side much because of couldn't get a wire brush in this mess. But this side came out pretty good, and it was the worst side, and the one side that you can see the most. But we got coolant here. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's hope it starts. It better start. Let's see. No. No. Oh, there you go. It scared me, dude. It scared me. Oh my god. Yeah, some lift tick going on. Hopefully the lift tick goes away once the oil gets hot. But yeah, he's running. Hell yeah. I'll bleed the system, make sure it's all good, and then we'll be back. I still gotta wash it. I have to swap all the tires because this tire is brand new on the outside, and on the inside it's all worn out. This car is in alignment. Oh, a little squeaky. But yeah, let's let it warm up. All right guys, not sure what I recorded last, but the car is completely done. We finished washing it. The lifter tick actually went away completely once the car heated up and got oil through everything. Super quiet now, and to be honest, at first it smoked, but I did pour some oil down the spark plug holes for a second, so it smoked because of that. But after that cleared up, the car doesn't smoke anymore. It runs super smooth. So I still have to take it for a drive just because we've been busy tinting the cars. The other cars we didn't have time today, but maybe tomorrow or the day after I can go take it for a quick drive. But the tint came out sick. It looks so much better now, and the engine bay is super clean as well, so I'm happy how that came out. But yeah, we're done. Shout out to Adair for helping me, and we got some good experience today tinting, so it's pretty cool. Anyways guys, if you guys want to watch more, make sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.